You're probably familiar with this universal piece to get 8 hours of sleep. For years, that was my mantra. As long as I hit that magic number, I thought that everything was fine, whether it is 10 to 6 or 1 to 9. The sun still rises the next morning as long as it's up to 8. But I always had this strange feeling. Even with 8 hours, I sometimes wake up feeling like I've not slept at all, and my energy level that day would be all over the place. I couldn't explain what was happening until I came across a research collaboration between Oxford and Harvard. The surprising results found in the study, so counterintuitive to the simple 8-hour rule, fundamentally changed how I structure my life. So what happened? What did they find? What message it carries about our sleep? Let's get into it. In this collaboration, a panel of sleep experts get together to look for papers examining the relationship between regularity in sleep timing and health. In one of the studies they looked at, researchers found that students with irregular sleep patterns had significantly lower academic performance and worse mood, even though their total sleep time was the same as their regular sleeping peers. This phenomenon, termed social jet lag, led researchers to found that timing is as critical as sleep duration, because in those students with irregular sleep schedules, their body never knew what to expect, and their health paid a price. When I read that, it was like a light bulb moment. It's not just how long we sleep, it's when we sleep and how consistent we are that truly determines the quality of our rest. A 12 a.m. bedtime during the week, followed by a desperate crash until 10 a.m. on weekends, I was living in a permanent state of low-grade jet lag. My body clock was constantly confused. So what's the real science behind this? Why is consistency so powerful? Let's break down the 3 mechanisms involved here. Number 1, circadian rhythm alignment. Think of your sleep cycle not as a simple on and off switch, but like catching a train. Your body has a precise schedule governed by your master clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus in your brain. This clock releases melatonin, the sleep hormone, in a specific wave each evening, creating a biological train schedule for optimal sleep. There is a prime window, let's say around 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. for most adults, where the sleep train arrives at the station. This is when your body is naturally primed for the most restorative deep sleep. If you're in bed and ready, you hop on board and enjoy a smooth, efficient journey through the night. But if you miss that window, because you're scrolling on your phone or finishing one more episode, the train leaves without you. You can always try to catch a later one. Falling asleep at 1 a.m., the journey won't be the same. The track might be different, the scenery might not be as nice, and you arrive at your destination feeling less refreshed. This is what Professor Russell Foster refers to as circadian misalignment. When your sleep timing is out of sync with your internal clock, you end up with what he calls junk sleep, a light, fragmented sleep that lacks restorative power. You're on the wrong train and your brain knows it. Second, sleep regularity and your sleep architecture. Sleep isn't a single state. It's a complex architecture of cycles moving between light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep or REM sleep. Your deep sleep is crucial for physical repair and the feeling of restoration when you wake up, whereas your REM sleep is essential for memory consolidation and emotional regulation. When you go to bed and wake up at wildly different times each day, you disturb this delicate process. Your brain doesn't have a reliable schedule to optimize the progression through these stages. In the collaboration mentioned above, they found that individuals with high sleep regularity had significantly more time in both deep sleep and REM sleep compared to irregular sleepers, even when total sleep time was identical. Your brain thrives on predictability. A consistent schedule allows it to efficiently orchestrate these complex cycles, leading to better memory, sharper focus, and more stable moods the next day. Number 3, we have the hormonal symphony. Your sleep-wake cycle is also conducted by a delicate hormone cycle. Two key players here are melatonin and cortisol. Melatonin is the conductor of sleep. Its level should rise in the evening, signaling to your body that it's time to wind down. Cortisol is the starter pistol for wakefulness. Its levels should be lowest at night and peak in the early morning, helping you feel alert when you wake up. Inconsistent sleep and late night light exposure can completely disrupt this symphony. The blue light from your phone at midnight suppresses melatonin production, telling your brain it's still daytime. Meanwhile, the stress of a late work session or an irregular schedule can keep cortisol level elevated when it should be falling. The result is that your hormones are working against each other. You struggle to fall asleep, you miss the deep sleep window, and you wake up with a sluggish cortisol response, feeling irritable and unrefreshed. Armed with this knowledge, I decided to run a week's experiment on myself. The goal wasn't to get more sleep, but to get better sleep by aligning with my circadian rhythm. I fixed my schedule. I chose a non-negotiable bedtime of 10:30 p.m. and a wake-up time of 6:30 a.m. 7 days a week. No more making up sleep on weekends. Consistency was the priority. I protected the hour before bed. This became my sacred wind-down period. No screens, and instead, I'd read a physical book, do a brief brain dump in my journal to quiet my mind, as we discussed in previous videos, or do some stretching. To reinforce the new schedule, I also made a point of getting bright natural light within 30 minutes of waking up, even if it was just for a 5-minute walk outside. This helps reset the circadian clock and solidify the new rhythm. If you don't have the opportunity to be exposed to natural light, some people might find the use of a sunrise alarm clock or electronic curtain opener useful. The results weren't instant, but within a week, something shifted. Waking up at 6:30 a.m. went from a painful struggle to something I actually looked forward to. I felt alert almost immediately without the brain fog. Most importantly, my energy level becomes stable and predictable throughout the entire day. Turns out, it wasn't about sleeping more, it was about sleeping smart. By respecting my body's innate clock, I was finally unlocking the restorative power that had been missing all those years. I was just chasing an arbitrary number of hours. If you're faithfully tracking your 8 hours but still don't feel right, look at your timing. Look at your consistency. Are you catching the right train? Or are you consistently showing up at the station at random times, hoping for the best? Your body isn't a simple machine. It is a sophisticated, rhythmically driven organism. Give it the regularity it craves, and you might just find, as I did, that the key to feeling truly rested was never about the quantity of sleep, but its quality and timing. Thank you for joining me in this video. Sleep tight, and I'll see you in the next one.